Welcome back to Mini Manshed. I've now got to the place in the project where I can just take a big sigh. Paint and all that's done is the bit that I was least good at, in my opinion. So got that all the way out of the way. Now on to mechanical stuff, and I get to open boxes of all the parts that I've been stockpiling over the last years. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you what I'm doing. And now to get I've got the rear subframe on the car with the help from a friend. I'll show you that, and I'll show you all the parts that are going to go in the car pretty soon. I'm just tarting up the front subframe, and my plan is I don't have an engine hoist, and I've bought enough stuff. So what I'm going to try is the engine on the front subframe. Low down on blocks, and then we're going to lift the car over the engine when it goes in. But for the moment I'm just going to show you all the parts and stuff that I've managed to get over the last few years. So let's get on, let's see that. Right, so here's the car back on its rear wheels. Subframes are on, hopefully they're never going to come back off again, well, for a while. I haven't actually got the rear donuts yet, so I put the old suspension back in. There we go. But when I do get them, this is going to go in. This is a adjuster ride system from Minisport. I'm sure you've all seen these before. These are to replace the trumpets. Fully adjustable. It's a common mod. So I'm sure you've all seen that before, and these are for the rear. Replace the trumpets. Donut goes up here, as you know, I'm sure. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for the trumpets to arrive from Minisport, which is taking a while. I find Minisport are not the fastest. So anyway, it is what it is. Right, so come over here. Here's a load of parts. And over here is boxes of parts as well. So I'll just quickly go through it. I'll not bore you try and bore you with it, but you know, everybody likes opening boxes. It's like Christmas. So over here, in no particular order, at the back here we've got drive flanges, which I've painted in silver. They're all brand new, ready to go in the car. We've got the brake pads for the discs. These are the discs here, which are all painted. There you go, up. There you go, protected the threads. So they're all painted, ready to go in the car. Just to give them a bit of protection, because they're not stainless steel. Obviously, if you don't paint them at all, you know they start to rust. So there we go. All it took was a coat of paint. This is the bonnet. Oh, this is the bonnet catch. Can I get that open with one hand? There we go. Yep. So seen some of these parts being hung up when I was painting the car. So you'll recognise all these parts. You know, these are just bonnet catch and everything. That's the colour it was when it came out the factory, I'm sure. So I put it back the way it was. By the way, I'm not a purist. You know, if something doesn't kind of change the character of the car and it makes it better, like the adjustable suspension and the new shocks that I will be putting in the car, I don't mind that. Bolt on, bolt off mods, I'm all for it. Here we go. Right, so here I'm stripping down the front subframe so that I can put the adjustable suspension in here. So while I'm doing it, taking all the arms off, what I've got is polybush kits. One for, what's that for? For the that's for the front tie bar, and this one is for the lower arm. So full poly kit. Let's see over in the box over here. These are reconditioned parts. So what I actually did was I cleaned up my original master cylinders, and I rust treated them twice. I think, yeah, definitely twice. And then I clear coated them because what I don't know if the camera will pick that up. Yeah, do you see the pitting on it? I wanted to keep that. I wanted people to know that I'd reconditioned the part and I hadn't just gone out and bought like brand new ones, which is fine, you know. I just wanted to keep a bit of character in the part. Okay, in no particular order, we've got new wheel bearings for when I put the hubs on. We've got flexible, these are Goodrich flexible pipes. These are the ones for the front, the back ones are already on. All the fittings for them, a whole full new set of brake pipes in this box underneath, which are cut to length already because I just can't be bothered. For ages, you know, doing the ends of brake pipes and stuff, so I just bought them. There we go. We've got the handbrake lever all painted up. Accelerator. That's the plate for the bulkhead. What else have we got down here? Loads of little bits and pieces that's in here. That's the ball bearings and grease and everything for my drive shafts. What else have we got? Mounts for the shocks, all painted, ready to go on. What else have we got? This is a steering wheel which I found years and years ago at a jumbo sale. I have no idea if it's original. It's got the British Leyland emblem in the middle. If anybody knows if this came on, if this was on an actual British Leyland car or is it a kind of after part thing. Also, this is all I've got for it. I don't have the boss for the back, so I'm actually looking for one of them. If anybody knows, this steering wheel is a can you see that? An Astrali steering wheel. If anybody knows anything about this steering wheel, because I have no idea what it is, and if anybody knows who supplies a boss for it, that would be great. If somebody knows that, you can let me know, please. What else have we got? We've got new K&N filter. We've got the carb here, which has been kind of clean, but I've got a carb kit for it, which is here. All new spark plugs, new filters, new fuel lines. What else? What else have we got? I don't know what that is. What's that? That's the inlet manifold. It's a water heated manifold from mini spares, but I don't connect the water because it's going to be warm enough over here. There's an uprated alternator, all cleaned and painted. Anyway, you get the idea. There's loads of parts in here, but I think the pièce de résistance, as they say over here, or as I say over here. So I got a set of Fletcher silicon hoses and a Fletcher alloy radiator. Now, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to indulge me. We're gonna have to open this up and have a look at this because I think this is a thing of beauty. You know, if I could weld like this, I'd be a very happy man. You know? This is just, to me, this is just a thing of beauty. Hold on, all right. Come out. There we go. Right. Would you look at that, man? I just think that is a thing of beauty. You see the welds here, man? These were not done last thing on a Friday afternoon. You know what I mean? Or if they were, the guy didn't drink beer. I don't know. I just think it's beautiful. As I say, bolt-on mods that improve the car, improve the reliability of it, the efficiency of it. I'm all for it. So there you go. That's going on the car. There we go. And I'm doing, as I said, I'm doing up the front subframe. And here's a load of parts that have been done up, ready to go back on the car. So these are restored hubs from, I believe, from an MG Metro, which I've restored, put new ball joints on them, fully painted them, everything. I've got the bearings to go inside. We've got the drive. We've got the drive shafts there. What's this? Oh yeah. Here's the brake calipers, which I wanted body colour blue, so I can see them through my wheels. I may or may not put stickers on them. We'll see what I can find. There's the other one there. This is the starter motor, all colour coded. Got the. I'll show you this. Door hinges are all painted. Steering wheel support bracket, and all the other various brackets, all nicely painted, same colour as the car. These are the old hubs, which I'll keep in storage. I don't know what I'll do with them, but not going to throw them away anyway. And the engine is under there. I'm going to deal with that in due course. Not sure what else I'll put with this video. You just will we turn you around? There you go. Yeah. Not well. Don't know what else we'll go with this video. I maybe put painting the block or do a video of that. I don't know. And oh yeah, I was going to follow with a video saying all the things I would and would not do again if I painted the car. Yeah, hopefully you'll see some comment on that in the same video. Well, good evening to the Auvergne. It's a lovely night. I'm able to stay out here and do a bit of work without getting wet or cold. And I'm just tidying up my subframes before they go back on the car, the painted car. But I just wanted to show you how amazed I am. These subframes were one of the first things I did up when I took the car off the road, so that was 8 years ago. Before I left Scotland, they were all done, all refurbished, and then they were shoved on the rotten shell to move to France. And I'll just turn the camera around and I'll just show you. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah. So this bit here is with all the dirt and grime and overspray and all that kind of stuff. And if you look at the rest of the subframes, hold on, I can't see what I'm filming. There we go. If you just look at the rest of the subframe, I mean, I can't. There's the front subframe there. I'll bring you in a wee bit closer. So these are. Oh, you can't see from there. These have cleaned up like amazingly well. There's absolutely no rust on them at all. In 8 years. I mean, I think that's testament to. The garage that I built. It has a few leaks in the roof, but because I put in transparent roof panels, it helps to really heat the place up in the day and keep everything dry. I've said before that's a bit of a problem sometimes because when you're working in there, it's absolutely roasting. We'll turn this way. There we go. You can see me better this way. Yeah. So. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's just it's good in the way it keeps everything dry and rust free in the garage because it's really dry. But for working in the summertime, it's like a sauna. So I just thought I'd show you that. I'm really impressed. It gives me a bit of a boost, because I did these things up. They were rusty when I took them off the car. I buffed them all down, primed them, painted them, the whole shebang. And 8 years later, not one bit of rust. So it just goes to prove that if you do things properly, take your time, and you can get rid of rust. Almost, we'll see. They'll probably start rusting like a year after I put them on the new shell. I hope not. Anyway, see you the next one. Bye bye.
Good morning. Another beautiful morning in the Auvergne. It's a Sunday morning. Usually I get a few hours on Sunday morning to work in the car. But first I wanted to, I don't want to bore you, but I wanted to just show you where I walk my dog. And there's a wee surprise at the end of our estate. We own, well, I don't own, my wife owns a bit of land next to our house with some woods and stuff. It's where we walk the dog. Um, and it's usually where I escape if the kids are just a wee bit annoying. So we're gonna take a walk with me and my dog. I don't think you've ever been formally introduced. He's called Biru, like bee and then loo, like toilet. Biru. That's where we walk all the time. So we'll just go for a walk along, and I'll show you something at the end, which I think is pretty cool. So let's take a walk and hope you enjoy it. Yeah. So my house is just down here, and this is the valley that we live in. And when it's sunny like this, it's just beautiful, you know. And this is Biru, Biru, Biru. This is Biru. He's 11 years old. He's a kind of, I don't know, Labrador Retriever crossed with something else. We don't quite know what. He got him from a refuge when he was 5 years old. And he's starting to get a wee bit old, a wee bit tired, but he's still got it. He likes rolling in grass. So this is our little chemin, our little lane, just up from our house. And usually walk up here every morning with Bidu. And just get a bit of fresh air and clear the head, you know. There we go. There we go. So yeah, this is all this kind of rough area down here is my wife's, it's ours. We just leave it there rough for wildlife and stuff. This field here, it's got wheat. Local farmer grows wheat in it. We just would rather it was used for something, so he grows wheat for his, for his cows. There you go. Walk along here. These woods we're coming to are ours as well. What I really wanted to show you was what we really wanted to show you was this bench. This, when I went to see Iron Maiden in Paris, which some of you knew that I did a few weeks ago, while I was away, some friends of mine, Paul, who's actually English, he lives over here, I had said to him he'd made a nice bench for his place, and I said, oh, it's really nice. If you want to make another one, I'll buy one off you. And while I was away, he came up here with his Land Rover with a bench inside and actually fitted it and gave it to me for my birthday. Yeah, so it's made out of sort of reclaimed wood with a bit of decking on the back. And the best bit about it is, can we see that down there? I don't know if you can see by the sun. But down here we've got a bottle opener. Can you see that? Hold on. Yeah, see the metal thing? There you go. Little bottle opener. And sit up here and have a beer. And see, this is the view that I've got from my bench. Is that not cool? What a great birthday present, you know. So Paul, if you're watching this, thanks very much. We very much appreciate it. Don't we, Bilou? Right, back to the garage in a minute. Catch you in a bit. Well, welcome back to the garage, the Miniman Shed. I wanted to show you my progress, which I think is considerable. Maybe not as much effort as bodywork, but definitely makes you feel good that you're actually getting somewhere. It's a great stage to get to. So, the Mini is on its 4 wheels. It's got all its back suspension done. All the just the right suspension is in. Can we see that under there? We can see it this side. There we go. It's all in, all rebuilt. Handbrake isn't connected yet, and neither are the pipes or the fuel lines or anything. But if we go to the front of the car, oh, focus. There we go. Da, 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 da. So yeah, as you see, engine's in.
It's all painted. I hope you like it. I'll have to, things to do, still have to clean the rocker cover. It's an aftermarket one, but I'll have to polish it up. So the block's black, shiny black. The head is the body colour, and all the casings are painted silver. Looking good. Got the clutch slave cylinder in, got the brake pipes in, master cylinders in. New water pump on. And let's see if we can show you my hubs. Let's see. There we go. All we will see. Yeah, that looks alright on my... oh yeah, by the way, I've got a brand new phone, which just spent more than I would usually spend on a phone. But I have to say, I don't know what it looks like to you, but image is so much better. So new hubs on, all looking good. I do have one problem though, something that I never really... Oh, focus. Focus. There we go. Something that I never really thought about was, let's see if we can straighten up this wheel and I'll show you what I'm talking about. There we go. Right. So, that, to me, looks illegal. I had actually thought the brake discs that I got are Cooper S brake discs. And yeah, they're offset. I hadn't really thought about it. I just thought they would be the same as the drum brakes. Never really thought about it. So, and I actually was really honestly all the way through the project, I've been 50-50 on whether to keep it stock and put on the strip and just keep it the way where the mini lights sit, the wheel arches, or put on wheel arches and keep the Cooper S discs. And so either I have to buy a new set of wheel arches, because these ones are special wheel arches, and I got them, they fit brilliant all the way around until you get to here, and there's a big bulge in it, and you just can't get it to sit right, and I wasn't comfortable putting them on. I was trying to kind of modify them, but it's just not working, so these ones are scrap, and the special arches don't really fit. So if anybody knows of what best arches to fit that fit the bodywork nicely, let me know. My mind is open. Anything, you know, obviously it has to go with Cooper S discs and mini lights, which are 510s. Actually, on that subject, I found a wee place near where I am that sandblast and then paint. You know, when they put electric charge through the wheels and paint them like that. And the guy seems really nice, so I'm going to get them all redone, but that'll be much later on. So, if anybody can suggest some really nice arches, I'm open to suggestions. I think that's the way I'm going to go, because now that I've got the adjustable suspension on it, it just with the arch. It just looks so low and wide and mean, and I really like it. You know, it's a bolt-on modification. So, that's where I'm at. As our friend Sean says, there you go. That's where I'm at. I'm kind of ready to get all the brakes wired up, plumbed up. There's a fuel tank over there which still has to be cleaned up, probably coat paint. And I've kind of remodeled my garage a wee bit, got rid of things that I'm not going to need. Now I've got storage boxes all over the place, all labelled with kind of what's in it. There you go. So that I can find things, which means under my house is brilliant. I've got the back under my house back again. Loads of space for barbecues and toys and all that kind of stuff. There you go. So I'm just going to turn you around now, and I'm just going to explain about the paint job thing that I was going to do. So I'll just turn the camera around. Hi. So yeah, I said I was going to talk about the paint job and say what I would and wouldn't do again. Yeah. So
The idea that I got for the tent, I think I said before in one of my episodes, it came from Kiwi guy. What was his name? Anyway, it'll come back to me. He used just a crappy tent to paint parts and stuff, and I thought I'd take the idea, and it would have been fine, except for the fact that the tent that I got, the sides weren't long enough to touch the ground and be sealed properly. So basically, it was pretty open, along the bottom, which gave me a bit of air circulation, I suppose. But it kind of defeats the purpose of having a closed room, where the bugs don't get in and all that kind of stuff. Although I didn't get that many bugs on it when I painted it, I have to say. So all in all, I was pretty happy with it. That could have been remedied quite easily by cutting a little bit off each pole, and lowering the tent down, and then I would have been able to put something, heavy pipes and stuff or something around to hold the tarp down, and then it would be completely sealed. I have to say, if I'd done that, I would have needed a much stronger fan to evacuate all the paint vapors and stuff. Because when I was painting, like emptying the gun, all in one go kind of thing, it did get kind of misty in there. And these paints that we're using, we've got I bought a brand new mask and everything, but strictly speaking, these you should be wearing a different mask. I think is that positive ventilation hood or whatever. But anyway, I'm sure it'll not do me any harm long term, But so anyway, that's my point. The tent was more cool looking than practical, I would say. So it's probably okay if it was a small tent, and like you can zip it up, and you go inside and you can paint like little items, that kind of stuff, But so if I was doing it again, what I would do is either in this garage or a rented garage, maybe. If you could rent a garage and you could buy, the masking polythene professionals use, and just mask the whole garage up. Staple plastic up all over the floor. Roll the mini in, roll the parts in on top, close it all up, and then you've got no problem. You take down the polythene at the end, and there's no overspray if you mask it properly. Time consuming, but so is putting up a big tent. So I would, if I was doing it again, I would definitely have probably do it in a proper garage. And I remember when I was trying to find out how much paint I would need to paint the car. I think most people came up with like 3 litres or something like that. Well, I ordered 4 litres, and I used practically all of it. So there on this car, there's 4 litres of paint. So what I gather, I looked on the internet. That's quite a lot. So that's why I was saying that I was confident there's enough paint on it to buff out all the kind of little imperfections. And I also had, I'll come back to that, but Trev of Trev's blog, he made some comments that said that, for a home job, it looked brilliant. Thanks very much, Trev, for your comments. It gives you confidence that, gives me confidence that, you've got a professional who's involved in our week in a circle who, you kind of take his word as gospel. Although Trev's probably sitting there going, "Oh no, don't do that," But I trust in what he says. If you see the quality of his work, I think you can trust that what he's saying is right. So I'm fairly confident it's going to buff out quite nice later on. As I said, I want to go through. So the front hubs, either I buy new front hubs with that are not offset and keep it stock with just the chrome strip around the arch, or I leave it the way it is. I put extended drums on the back to match, and I put wheel arches on it. But the special wheel arches that I bought, I'm not happy with the fit or really the quality. They're kind of molded, And I've gone through all this work, and I don't want to put on crappy looking stuff.
The only thing I insist on is that it's body color. Don't like black arches, and I certainly don't like chrome arches. Anyway, so I've seen the arches that are kind of more rounded, and they've got, you can continue the strip on the outside. I don't mind them. I haven't made my mind up about it. So if you get any comments, leave in the comments down below. Maybe you can think of something that I haven't thought of. But I quite like them body color, I think. I can't think of any other possibility. I think it'll look better painted the color of the car. What else did I want to say? So I just wanted to comment on a sad thing that's happened. I have decided to stop using Mini Sport because they're just pissing me off, man. I've been ordering from them for 20 odd years, but their ordering is horrendous, right? So when they say that a part will be back in stock 5 to 7 days, bollocks. It's never 5 to 7 days. They don't even take the responsibility and send out what they've got, and then send the part that they've not got in stock at their cost later. Obviously it costs them money, but if they had enough stock, they wouldn't have to do that. Even if you'd make an order and they apparently got all the parts in stock, there's quite a long delay in them actually processing your delivery. So like me being over here in France, it probably takes at least a week for the delivery to get here, plus sometimes a week or even more for them to actually process the order and send it out. So I could be sometimes, even if parts are available, I could be waiting at least 2 weeks for the parts to get here, and that's at least. I've had things where things have not been in stock, and it's not 5 to 7 days. It's like contact them after 3 weeks, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we've got the part. We'll send it out tomorrow." I don't know what they're up to. Mini Sport, but they're not pleasing me right now, and I've just kind of had enough. Also, I know Dave Jaguar, he was waiting on wheel arches and stuff, and he seemed pretty patient about it, but I've just kind of had enough. It's happened quite a few times now, so I'll get some stuff from Huddersfield Spares, I think it is, and now I'm going to try Mini Spares to get, because they're the ones with all the stock. You need something that's got people that have got the parts in stock, so you don't have to wait too long for them. So there you go. Put your comments, but if you know somewhere better to get stuff, let me know. And finally, shout outs. Dave Jaguar. Sometimes he says, "Oh, do you mind that I put up videos every day or every second day?" No, not at all. I've got 10 minutes. Every day or two to check in. I find what you do is interesting. The VW, as I said before, I think you should get some big monster tires for it. Just like bitching, as the Americans say. Good work there. And he also, I remember he said something about in one of his videos, I think when he was doing the brakes on the one Jaguar 150 or whatever it is, he was talking about the satisfaction that he gets from doing what he does. It's not actually so much having the car at the end, it's the process of taking something old and beaten up and rusted and going through the process and enjoying not just the end result, but the actual process of it. And I'm loving my Mini at the moment, now that I've got all the paint, as I said, done, and I can give that big sigh of relief. I'm loving getting back to spannering. Because I love, just doodling away, and before you know it, you're like, oh, the brakes are plumbed in, I'm ready to put fluid in it, and you're like, wow, all these stages, sometimes to get something done, you stand back and you're like, oh, I can't believe I'm at that stage, I'm so close, So hopefully that'll continue, and this Mini will be at least running before sort of the end of summer, autumn, and then I can spend winter. Getting all the details right, putting the interior and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, I want to be driving it, even if it's just like a kind of shell with no windows and stuff. In not too long, I think. So that's it. I mentioned before Trev's blog. Thanks very much, Trev, for all your encouragement in the matters that we were discussing. And as I say, it's great. I find it really great that there's a professional in our kind of group that watches, and we watch your stuff. There you go. Thanks, Trev. And I don't know if some of you watch. Well, I'm sure you did watch it. That yes, it was me that won the Valley Pro kit from Soup. As George Corellis says, I sent him an email with pictures that you've all seen. Obviously tugged at some heartstrings, and I got a Valley Pro kit. So that'll be going in the cupboard. Once the car's all buffed, I can get it all polished with some professional stuff, So I can't remember ever winning anything in my entire life, but that's cool. Thanks, George. Excellent. And the last one was DB Mini that recently bought as a 1957 Morris Minor with some minor holes in it. That'll be Crackin. As I say, it's great to buy these old cars that you're going to get. You just have to keep it stocked, don't you? Just so that people see these cars driving around and think, oh yeah, well, cars used to be like that. I mean, there are kids nowadays that have never seen those kind of cars. So it's great to keep them on the road. So I hope you enjoyed the process. I hope you got something out of my spraying thing. If I can think of anything else, I'll maybe add them in another video. But for now, I think it's all pretty clear. It wasn't ideal painting a tent, but maybe if I ever do a car again, I'll have a big shed that I can mask off the corner, and do that. So enjoy your projects and take it easy. I'll see you soon. Bye.